Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. My name is Michelle and I'm with Vision Board Music and Vision for the Soul, where we be in harmony of sound, mind, body, and spirit. Um, Today is a beautiful day. This is my first time going live on YouTube, so I'm like really excited about that. On um, I've been doing lives on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm on the tube now. So I'm super excited about that, trying to see where this would be best placed. We're going to put it over here by the mic. Anyhow, well, let's just get rolling. It is my company. I'm the CEO of Vision Board Music and Vision for the Soul. And listen, you know, this these past couple of weeks have been heavy in the energy. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way or has experienced that. I'm sure I'm not. Um, the first full moon of the equinox was just powerful, and it was heavy, 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 real healing that came up for me, anyways. And so now we're in the new moon, and now with the new moon, the beauty of that is that I see why all the healing, why all the heaviness, because it was time to get it out. Um, if I can inspire and encourage you for in any direction, my invitation for you is to decide to clear your energy, decide to heal and take the healing process as a real opportunity for you to change and to grow, because we can't just go around our issues. We can't go above them. We can't go beneath them. We got to hit them head on, and we got to go through it. And there's a lot of healing opportunity in that. So, if nothing else, I want to make sure that you get to understand that healing is available to you. And this new moon gives the new moon means that we can't see the moon in the sky. It's dark. So it's like a clean slate is what it was described to me as. And I really appreciated that. And that was Stylecaster, actually, yeah. Stylecaster online. I like to source the where I get information. I like to share that because if I remember where I got something, I like to share it because that's to me an abundance mindset. When you have an abundance mindset, you don't hoard information. You share it because if I win, everybody wins. If everybody wins, I win. That's the way I like to look at life. Um, and that's a concept I learned in the Boston Breakthrough Academy, just to source that transformational center that does great work. So, anyways, so let's get into what we're talking about. And we believe in the vibrational universe, that this is a vibrational universe that we existed in, and that being the case, we get to um, we get to be high vibe. We get to open up our heart so that we can let the energy flow. Are you a person who suffers from anxiety, imposter syndrome, maybe people pleasing, those types of things? Well, I would let me let you know a little secret how to get away from imposter syndrome. You want to know how? This is how. Get to know yourself. Get to know who you actually really are. But take the time. You are with yourself the rest of your life. You may as well enjoy yourself and not always be trying to be somebody else for somebody else. Make decisions because you understand that it's the best thing for you. When you begin to live like that and live fully in who you be and allow your spirit to connect with your body, That's what the yin and the yang is all about. That's what the masculine and feminine actually kind of, it's a great way to put that concept into a physical visual. The masculine, the feminine, that's the spiritual and the body. When you begin to bring those two things together, when you begin to understand another thing, understand about your world, understand about the planet. And when we begin to do those things and understand who we are in relation to our universe, which is humongous and beautiful, by the way, and just a gorgeous experience, so much energy in our planet that once we get connected with it and we connect with the stones, this is desert stone, this is sodalite, great for the throat, opening up of the throat chakra. This is moldavite, which has brought in the dreams, bro. They said, my sister-in-law, it's amazing. Once you really start playing with the energy of life, you start to realize that everyone in your area, all the people around you, begin to show up in a big way too. And it's just so cool. It's like, if nothing else, it's cool. But anyways, my sister-in-law was telling me about moldavite and the dreams and the connection to the ethereal and the esoteric, and how that really, really initiates getting negative energy out of your life. And I'm going to go more into that, because as I actually meditate on, as I actually brought that up, I realized that it launched a really big purge for me. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And then this is, I believe, this is adventurine. The reason I say I believe it is because this was a nice gift from the universe. I got into stones about a month ago. And then the other day, like about a couple weeks ago, I was helping my mom fix her bike, and I rode it down the street and was looking down, and the pedal started to come off. But as I was looking down, this stone was in the road. And I believe it's adventurine, which is an abundance energy. And this is how the universe plays with you. So that's a great segue into the law of attraction. I want to just present you to the law of attraction here quickly before we do some incantations to help to bust the energy blocks that we have, that we tend to accumulate over time. But the law of attraction is basically states that it's a universal law that states that like attracts like, that we draw unto us what we are. And this is why it's important to heal. And it's important to be high vibration in the energy at all times. This is why it's important to not to numb yourself with drugs and alcohol. You know, who I've been guilty of that. And it has been to my detriment, I've learned, unfortunately, but it's true. So the law of attraction it takes into the account that we're in a vibrational universe, and the energy of everything we do is what we attract into our life. And at first blush, yeah, that's like, I didn't attract, getting abandoned, or I didn't attract, all these problems and financial issues. And it's like, yes, we did. Yes, we do. I didn't attract getting sick. And the truth of the matter is that in America today, and don't get me wrong, I have been a beneficiary in this space and time. I'm grateful that I was born in America as a Black woman. And that hasn't always been the case for my ancestors, that's for sure. And also, we still get to continue to liberate ourselves, and that's on a huge level in every way, and that's everyone, for sure. But it takes understanding where you're navigating to some degree, just enough to be informed, not enough to obsess and to get stuck in that energy. Okay? But what I understand and what I've come to understand and to know, and I'm grateful for it, is that Right now, the best thing we can do in our freedom is to be creative. And when it comes to the educational system, how it has failed us, if I, dare say, if I am, if I may, um, is that right now we don't need more industry. We don't need more industrialized, uh, um, real ring around the rosies wheel of rat race, hamster wheel, um, production line commerce. We don't need more of that. We really don't. What we need to do is understand the energy that we exist in, the information and the love that is readily available for us all around us. And we get to present, be present in our life so that we can present ourselves 100% and open our voice, use it for how we do desire to say the things we need to say, and we get to say without abandon, and to be able to say, use our voice powerfully because we are clear in who we are, and we have learned how to silence the inner voices and the broken records, of the damaging broken records in our head, so that when we connect with people, we can be authentic, we can be loving, we can be clear, we can be humble, and we can move forward in a way that is creative and growth inducing, is elevating to ourselves and the consciousness in our family, our community, and is not just another damaging, not another separation from earth and person and human. Because the earth is very much of the biggest energy that we have at our fingertips and our toes. And every layer, it's like, we all know Joni Mitchell, take paradise, put up a parking lot. Like, we've had enough of that. It's time for a new energy. It's time for a new way of being. Our spirits are yearning to actually get to live. And we get to live if we decide to rid ourselves of the burdens that or the ties that bind us, and we lay our burdens down, as Jesus Christ said. He told us, lay your burdens down. And the burdens right now are materialistic pursuits solely. We all can have plenty of food on this earth. We all can have a beautiful place to live. If we just were resourceful and had resolve, rather than attempting to earn the most money and control. That is not serving us anymore. And I think we're seeing that in a big way. So that being said, with the new moon, so I wanted to go into that a little bit in detail, because it's important for us to understand why stones, why crystals, these beautiful, beautiful items were created in our earth. They come from our planet. They were created under pressure and have a certain energy about them due to the circumstances in which they were created. This is true. This right here is quartz. It's a quartz singing bowl. I'm going to use it in a second. You can hear it. In fact, I'm going to get my wand. This right here, quartz, is healing. It's energy. And as speaking of the law of attraction, the way that I came about this was the law of attraction in action. See, what happens is when we are in high vibration, we're able to pick up on the energies around us. We're able to be present so that we have the sight and the vision to see every step of the way to get us closer to our future. But it's not just about getting to the future. The high vibration and the playing with the universe and getting into alignment and being conscious of it is part of the fun of it. It makes it not just a destination anymore. It makes it a journey of delicious unfolding, as Abraham speaks through Esther Hicks and with Esther and Jerry Hicks. And it's so vital for us to find joy and to enjoy who we are, enjoy our life experience. Why are we here otherwise? For real. We did not come to this planet to make everybody else's dreams come true and for us to be enslaved. If not physically, then mentally or emotionally. We get to break free of that, and there's ways to do it. Today, we're just going to talk about quickly how to blast through energetic blocks with words. You know, certain people believe that in the beginning was God, and the Word was God. God spoke the Word and created worlds. Then you've got another sector of people that believe that it started with the big boom. Richard Bohr Music is creative and says, same thing. God spoke a word, that's a sound. The big boom is a sound. It's the same thing. We're waxing poetic, literally. Speaking of the moon and all, too. It all goes together. It's a universe. You and I verse into one. So if worlds are made with sound, if we live in a vibrational universe and everything's moving all the time, including our atoms within, as within, so without, then sound is a catalyst. Sound creates worlds. So what we say is important. What we speak is important. Bruce Lee said that's why it's called spelling. Words make a difference. They create worlds. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that your world and your life and what you are creating is at the power of you have the power of life and death are in the tongue. That's Proverbs 18:21. So whether you're spiritual, whether you follow Christ or not, it doesn't matter. Great information is great information. Please open your mind and begin to understand that the truth is everywhere you look. And our ancestors that got us this far, like if you're here watching this broadcast today, you're royalty already. Because think of how far your ancestors had to come and build and create life through time to get us to this point today. So if nothing else, you're not an imposter for that reason. You were brought here for a purpose. And we're on the leading edge of thought. And that's what Abraham Hicks would say. That's what they would say, is that we are the leading edge of creation. Everything that we desire, anything that we can dream, we can create. And that's a blessing. But when we decide, we make a conscious decision to look towards the beauty of creation and not the possible evils and pitfalls of evil. Faith. So I was talking about the law of attraction. I'm getting back to where I was at. So I explained how the law of attraction, I'm vibrating at a high rate. Start looking into stones about a month ago or so. Serendipitously, like within a week or even less of going and purchasing these specific stones and getting into that purchasing, got brought to the sound bowl in the same manner, because when I went to go get Moldavite at the only store that they sell it at here in El Paso, Texas, when I walked into the gem store, a woman, I just heard this. I stepped in and I heard this. And then I heard someone, like a lady was jumping up and down and clapping, and she was so excited. And I looked around and I'm like, oh, okay, she's got a singing bowl. She was up at the counter, like getting it. She was so excited. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you this too, because this is part of blocking. This is part of busting those blocks. because my first instinct was to be irritated. I'm just keeping it real. I was like, oh, like whoop-de-doo. Okay, she got a singing bowl, like, wow, she's super excited about it. Hater, being a hater. But fortunately for me, I've been doing this conscious thinking. I've been conscious of my thoughts, who they are, where they're coming from, to long enough for me to be like, hold on, wait a minute, Michelle, what is that? What is that energy, first of all? And so I thought about it, and I'm like, Michelle, what? Quit hating. Be happy for her. Wow, she's happy. She's got a singing bowl. It sounds awesome, actually, and that's dope. Like, so in order to disrupt that pattern right away, as soon as the other me, as Eckhart Tolle would say, when my actual self addressed my pain body and ego and said, what the hell was that? What's that attitude? I said, let me disrupt that pattern. And I said to her, I said, that sounds awesome. I was being a hater. Let me tell you why I feel like I was being a hater. And this is a little bit deeper than went before. It's because I believe at that moment when I saw it and I heard it and I looked at it, and then she was there with her man, I think I was hating on that whole scenario. I was feeling like I couldn't afford this and that it was going to be too expensive for me to buy. And so that was my initial thought. So I'm like, so what's the point in, so just being a hater. But then I changed my energy, and everything. And then I went over, then the knower in me, I love using this. But then the knower in me, I should say, the heart of me also responded when I changed the energy. And I told the lady, yeah, you sounded awesome. That sounded great. And she was like, thank you. So excited, packing hers up. And then when I went over there to the sound bowls and everything, that, to that section, the heart of me is going, hey, dummy. In fact, you might want to incorporate that into your practice, Miss Vision Board Music. Maybe that's something to look into. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Source. Thank you, God. And thank you, me, for getting out of my self-centered ego long enough to figure out that, hey, that might have been a call to clue. And so I went over there to look, and lo and behold, I saw these, and it wasn't unaffordable. I was able to get this and a couple of moldavite stones, because I sent one to my sister-in-law. Hope she should be getting it any day now, because it took me a long time to get. I can take a minute sometimes. But I did send it. And and I realized, and I got a rose quartz for my mom and for myself. So she's got hers on, I got mine on. And let me tell you the power of quartz and how healing and cleansing of the air and energy it is. I have Allegra, 2 bottles on my bookshelf over there. That's right next to my bed. And almost every morning I have to take one, at least 2. Ever since I got this, I've not had to take Allegra. I'm not over exaggerating. One night I had this off, my necklace off, and I woke up coughing, and I was like, and then I realized I had taken it off, put it back on, went back to sleep. What does that mean? I don't know, but it seems more like the way to go, in my opinion. Anyways, and also having this quartz sound bowl doesn't hurt either, I'm sure, in my room. Because anyone that knows with when it comes to watches, if a watch is being ran with quartz, it will work for life. Doesn't need a battery. This is real energy. It's not polarized charge. It's just straight energy, pure energy. Let's think about that. What does that say about the way we're showing up in the world, the way that our nation in America is working together or against each other? Polarization, not a good plan. You know what I mean? But anyway, so the power of life and death are in the tongue. I came across also by way of law of attraction, being high vibration, open to all the information, the energy, the service of the angels and God and Jesus and the Most High and the high vibration. What it does when you're open to that and when you're present, you're out of your head and you're noticing things that are coming across and you're realizing that you are being given support in every direction from every direction. And it doesn't mean, let me make this clear. The healing journey is a journey. Getting to the place where you realize you need to heal is one thing. Then allowing yourself to go first before you worry about helping and healing other people, that's another thing. And then also understanding that it's a work that never stops. Life is a work that never stops. It's breakthrough after breakthrough to go. So recognizing that you can assist other people and you don't have to be fully healed, because there's really kind of no such thing. There's so much to continue to grow and learn. But what you do get to do is be truly committed to the process. That's incredibly important. So as long as you are fully committed to your process and you're sharing that, you all get to we all get to elevate together, and you're going to do good work because you are committed to the process yourself. So you're not coming from a holier than thou. You always have room for reconciliation. You always have room for resolving issues within yourself. You're always open to feedback. These are the things that you get to enjoy and not run away from when you decide to walk the walk and do the work to get yourself together. And it's a powerful, beautiful thing when you do decide to do that. But anyway, so back to the law of attraction. So yesterday I had listened to that law of attraction, the actual book by Abraham Hicks and them. And then I came across Florence Scovel Shinn, who I'd listened to before, but I came across one of her books again yesterday. I actually didn't know it was one of hers because it just said the wisest book ever written, and I played it and it was hers. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. She wrote this in the late 1800s, early 1900s. This woman was a beast in the energy. Like she knows her stuff, man. And some of the things that came up as I was just talking about a few days ago, if you look at my Facebook Live, and I'll put my Facebook link below. But as I was talking about my Facebook, as I was talking about my on my Facebook Live a few days ago, I was talking about narcissism and codependency and how, as an empathic person, that we have to check our egos. We get to heal too, and that we get to accept responsibility for the things that we say and do that are damaging too. Because we are just as damaging. We can be just as damaging, if not even more damaging than the narcissist. Because even with us as empaths, at least with me anyways, like it hurts me to have hurt someone bad, and I want to resolve that. Narcissistic people, the only real difference between the empathic ego and the narcissistic ego is that the narcissistic ego has built so many moats and walls and mazes to get to their emotions that even they can't even hardly access them. And it's sad. And they'll run or they'll reject anything that looks like a threat to them. And eventually everything becomes a threat to them in a lot of ways, But I believe I'm with Jesus Christ when I believe that anyone can be made renewed if they decide they want to do that. And if they're tired of running. So, I'm with Jesus on that, because a lot, the popular belief is that there's nothing you can do for a narcissist. I don't believe that. Now, let me be clear. That doesn't mean that it's my responsibility to change someone. They still have to change. But what our responsibility is to speak life into people, to speak the truth. Because our codependency sometimes has us play small because we don't want to lose that person in our life and we don't speak the truth. Or if you put drugs or alcohol into the mix and now you've got some problems. because it's all smoke and mirrors from both sides. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me acknowledging that my empathic ego with codependency and addiction did not serve me either, and it didn't serve them any more or less in all the situations, because I had several narcissistic encounters, if you will, in different ways. Some call them covert. There's just, it's just like, let's stop labeling people and let's just say we're going to hold you high to being the best person you can be. I'm still going to have my boundaries because I know who I am, and I'm going to be there to expose the truth to you, and you can take it or leave it, but you always know you got someone honest that you can come to for the truth. And that will love you anyway. And true loving you anyway is not enabling your behavior. So once we begin this paradigm shift, the way that we approach situations, we won't just throw people away, perhaps. Perhaps we'll be the life that people need to hear and help set them on their own internal journey, or maybe not. But it's better off than the alternative of just the empathic ego says, hey, I'm going to make the difference in this person's life because they're running, they seem to think negatively about all their past relationships or their friends, or they seem to have, they're telling their woe is me story, and I'm going to be the different one. But we want to latch on, be codependent, be not strong in the energy of who we be, not strong in an energy of love, but in an energy of expectancy. And then we expect to get different results. That's called insanity. That's what I've been told, and it makes sense to me. So we're going with that. So anyways, I need to stop saying so anyways, because it's not like what I'm not saying is not, it's not like what I'm saying is not valid, but I'm just so excited to be on YouTube live today. I think that I'm just like letting it all out, but let's just get straight to the incantation so we can get on with our day, shall we? Okay, so the reason I brought up Florence Scovel Shinn is that she is powerful. So in alignment with what I was just speaking on, she said the object of the game, because remember her book is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. She said the object of the game over one's life is to see all good and obliterate any mental images of evil. That is like a powerhouse of a statement, of a sentence, if you ask me. The object of the game over one's life is to see all good and to obliterate all mental images of evil. That goes back to the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Now, some may say that that's sinister, or they may say, well, that's like somebody's doing evil and you're not supposed to talk about it. No, I don't believe that's what that means at its core. And if it does, we're changing the meaning. As simple as that. What it means to me is that we speak no evil about anyone. We don't see the evil in people. We see the good. Listen, if we're dealing with them and they've gotten close enough to hurt us, we saw the good in them. So we're hiding something. We are failing to see the mirror that's being reflected back at us. If we only try to pin that person in a negative box, then that means that we are hiding from ourselves, because we wouldn't have engaged so deeply in someone that we just only saw evil with. So let's be honest with ourselves and with others so that we can all grow and elevate. Okay? Hear no evil. Don't assume. We need to stop. We get to stop assuming what other people mean when they say what they say. If anything, ask. And my invitation to you, tell me, is to ask myself first. If I have a feeling that comes up, an energy that comes up that I'm not in alignment with, I'm like, why, Michelle? Why am I feeling that way? I get to ask myself that question first. And then I get to open my heart and let that emotion sit next to me while I continue to move forward. So before I ever address what's going on inside of me, like as far as if I have, if there's a person I'm dealing with today and I get an emotion, especially if that emotion that I get is blown out of proportion to the current issue, that's a great sign that there's something from the past that I'm dragging into the present time. And that situation deserves my undivided attention today. It doesn't deserve energy, resentment, negativity, pain, hurt, annoyance, whatever from yesteryear. That today's situation deserves all of me today. So whenever an emotion comes up in a situation today that seems to be out of proportion to what the current situation is, that's, to me, it triggers me. Oh, yes, I get to heal something. Yes, something's coming that I need to be alert. I need to be paying attention because my source energy within is trying to let me know that is trying to steer me back into alignment or propel me forward. So, well, that's for another teaching. You can always come to and join I recommend you join my Check Yourself Abundance Mindset group on Facebook. The link will be below for that as well. This way you can, because I go a lot deeper into these concepts there. But anyway, so these are all opportunities for healing. But to vibrate at a high rate, we get to clear all the fear of evil. Because another thing that she said, Florence Scovel Shin, she's awesome. I'll put her name below too. But she said that faith is just, or fear is just inverted faith. And she said, fear is the faith in evil, not in good. So let me say that again. Fear is having faith in evil and negativity, not in good. So we get to turn our concept of faith around and decide that we're going to see the best in every situation, that everything is working for our greater good. Another thing she says in this YouTube, and I'm only halfway through it, and I'm like, I still got an hour to go. I'm 48 into it. That means something. That's numbers. But I'm like, I still have an hour to listen, and it's just the gems are just falling. But she says, every man is a golden link in the chain of my good. Imagine we approach every situation like that. Every man, even when they seem like a competitor. Instead, we think collaboration. We think every situation and every person is a golden link in the chain of my good. Okay, well, that sucks. Sorry. I don't know why that just happened. And that's very annoying. Okay, so I think that right there is the power of this sound bowl, man. Because there's really nothing, I was not touching any of this. But the vibration is so deep, like it's so real, that it just vibrated this whole house, the whole house down. Well, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. Just a moment. I do have a stand. Okay. Okay. That's a little bit closer, which I don't like because the sound gets kind of squirrely. But it's okay, because I do want to finish and do these incantations.
Preface. This book.
Okay. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles just came on. So maybe that's a sign to somebody. Anyways, let's just get into this incantations and go, because I don't know how well my sound quality is from here. Did not test that. But look at the power of that. Nothing was touching this table. But the energy was moving and vibrating such, even my voice through this, that it like vibrated that off there. That's crazy, but amazing. Anyway, so what we're going to say is, I now smash and destroy. Destroy? No. I now smash and demolish every record in my subconscious mind, every negative record. Okay, so we're going to smash and demolish every negative record in our subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imagining state. I'm going to say it 3 times. So I just said it once. So I'm going to say it. You're going to repeat it after me. Actually, I'm going to say it 3 times. I now smash and demolish every record in my subconscious mind. This is like super powerful. I now smash and demolish every record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imagining state. And just breathe while you're doing this. Breathe in new information. Inhale is information. Exhale is expectation. And just let it flow through you, okay? I now smash and demolish every record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imagining state. Last time. I now smash and demolish every record of my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imagining state. And now, let's do 3 sentences 3 times. I am cherished and I am loved. 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 Put energy into it. Say it out loud. We speak worlds. What you say will not come back to you void. Speak it out. Now you say, I cherish and I love, because it goes both ways, right? I cherish and I love. I cherish and I love. I cherish and I love. And so it is. And last sentence, we're going to invoke our angels, our guides, to show us the way. And in return, we're going to open our heart. So we say, I open my heart so I can receive all the love that is available to me in the energy. I open my heart so that I can receive all the love that is available to me right now in the energy. I open my heart so that I can receive all the love that is available right now in the energy. I open my heart so that I may receive all the love that is available right here, right now in the energy. And so it is. I hope that this was helpful for you today. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I think that just let us know the power of the vibration. It moves mountains and it moves molehills. Whatever you need, speak what you want. Speak what you truly desire. You know, this time I'll say it, but I'm not even going to say that anymore. Don't say what you don't want. And I'm not even going to say that anymore because I want you to to learn how to care so much more about what you want and about how you see the world can be for you and create your own world and infect and affect those around you, that you only speak what you want, what you see. That's creating. Worry, by the way, is creating too, but it's creating the fear. It's the fear of the evil. It's putting faith in evil is what worry is. So instead of worry, we're creating new worlds for ourselves, our family, the energy around us, our communities, and our whole globe and universe. So I'm excited to be a part of this. Hope that you enjoyed this time with us today. And again, I am michelleemtrehollis with Vision Board Music and Vision for the Soul, where we be in harmony of sound, mind, body, and spirit. Have a good day. Take care.